Welcome, everyone. If you've been trying to speak English for a long time, if you understand the words but still stay silent when it's time to speak, if you feel shy, nervous, or unsure about your voice, then I want to tell you something from my heart. It's not your fault. You've been learning English the wrong way because nobody told you the truth. Nobody told you that fluency doesn't live in your brain. Fluency lives in your mouth. Yes, your mouth. When a singer practices, they don't read about singing. They sing every day loudly with feeling. When a dancer wants to improve, they don't study moves. They move their body again and again. And when a baby learns to talk, they don't study grammar. They just repeat sounds, copy voices, and train their mouth without fear. So why are you still treating English like a school subject? Why are you studying it instead of speaking it? In this lesson, I will show you the truth. I will teach you something no teacher ever taught you. I will give you a mouth training routine that can transform your English. Even if you're a complete beginner, it's simple, it's powerful, and if you do it daily, it will change everything. This is not just about English. This is about confidence. This is about freedom. This is about giving your voice back. So listen carefully till the end. Speak with me. Feel every word. And if you want more powerful lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we are not just building a YouTube channel. We are building a revolution for English learners all over the world. Let's begin with the big truth. Fluency lives in your mouth, not in your mind. You've probably heard people say, "I understand English, but I can't speak. Words are in my mind, but I can't say them. I know what I want to say, but my mouth freezes." Let me tell you why this happens. It's not because you're not smart. It's not because your memory is bad. It's not because you didn't study enough. It's because you've never trained your mouth to speak English. Think about this. Imagine a singer who knows all the lyrics but never practices singing them out loud. Can she perform fluently on stage? No. Imagine a football player who watches videos but never runs, kicks, or plays the game. Will he become a champion? Never. Now, think about you. You've read grammar rules. You've learned vocabulary. You've watched English videos. But how many minutes a day do you train your mouth to speak English out loud without fear, without shame? Probably very little. And that's the problem. Your brain learns English, but your mouth delivers it. Here's the truth. Your brain stores the words. Your brain understands the sentences. Your brain listens, reads, and remembers. But your brain is not the speaker. Your mouth is. So when your brain says, "I know what I want to say," and your mouth says, "But I've never said it before," that's when the problem happens. That's when the silence begins. That's when fear takes control. That's when you start feeling stuck. English is not just a language. It's a physical skill. Just like music, just like dance, just like driving, just like swimming. English speaking is a physical habit. It lives in your lips, tongue, breath, voice, confidence. You can only build that habit by repeating, speaking, and practicing out loud. That's why we call it mouth training. It's like going to the gym, not for your body, but for your English. Every sentence you speak is a repetition. Every tongue twister is a drill. Every new word you say out loud is muscle memory. You've probably seen this happen. You watch a video in English and understand everything. But when someone asks you, "What was the video about?" you suddenly feel nervous. You don't know how to say it. Why? Because you never practiced using your mouth to express the message. Your brain was full, but your mouth was empty. Now imagine this. You watch the video, pause every 30 seconds, and repeat the sentences out loud. You speak them again and again. Now you've trained your mouth. Now your words flow. Now you're not just learning English. You're living it. The reason you still can't speak is not because you're bad at English. It's because you've been silent for too long. But silence is not your natural state. You were born to speak. You just need to practice, not silently, but with your mouth. Now let's move to the daily mouth training routine, the fluency gym that works. Mouth training means you don't just listen to English. You don't just read English. You move your mouth again and again like an athlete, like a singer, like a speaker. It's about speaking aloud, repeating with rhythm, stretching your sentences, feeling your voice, and making your mouth comfortable with English sounds. This is how muscle memory builds fluency. This is how you go from thinking in English to speaking in English. The routine is simple. Just 10 minutes a day. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a partner. You don't even need confidence. You just need 10 minutes and your mouth. You can do this in the mirror, in your room, while walking, before sleeping, after brushing your teeth. But do it every day and speak with emotion. Exercise 1. The stretch. This warms up your lips, jaw, and breath. It's like yoga for your mouth. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at your face. Breathe deeply. Now say these lines slowly and clearly. I am here. I can speak. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be free. My English doesn't need permission. It just needs practice. Repeat 3 times. Why does this work? Because you're giving your mouth and your mind a signal. It's time to speak now. This switches your mindset from student to speaker. It doesn't matter how simple the sentences are. What matters is how you say them. Say them slowly. Say them with breath. Say them like they matter. This is not grammar. This is your new voice. Exercise 2. The drill. This trains your lips, tongue, and speed with similar sounding words. It's like going to the fluency gym. You repeat word clusters until your mouth becomes faster, smoother, and stronger. For example, better, butter, batter, bitter, bottom, paper, pepper, proper, pretty, perfect, purpose, coffee, copy, company, common, commit, comment, run, write, really, ready, road, rule, roll, radio. Take a deep breath and increase your speed with each round. Between each set, say to yourself, I can say this clearly. I can say this faster. I can say this freely. Why does this work? Because when your mouth becomes comfortable with speed and sound, your brain begins to trust it. This is muscle memory in action. At first, it feels strange. After 1 week, it feels like a song. After 1 month, it feels like your natural rhythm. Now, let's move to the tongue twister challenge. This exercise improves clarity, sharpness, and confidence with tricky phrases. It is the ultimate test of your tongue and lips. Tongue twisters are fun, difficult, and powerful. They push your limits and make regular English feel easy afterward. Start slowly, then go faster and faster again. Try these. She sells seashells on the seashore. 30 thirsty thinkers thought thrilling thoughts. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Now say, if I can say this, I can say anything. I'm not afraid of fast words. My mouth is getting stronger every day. When you train hard, everything else becomes easy. Tongue twisters overtrain your muscles, so when you speak normal English, you feel fast, free, and smooth. Next is sentence stretching. This helps you turn small words into long, fluent, confident sentences. Fluent people don't just speak fast, they expand their thoughts, stretching a simple sentence into a natural flow. Start with this. I want to speak. I want to speak better. I want to speak better English. I want to speak better English every day. I want to speak better English every day with confidence. Now try these. He is learning. He is learning English. He is learning English at home. He is learning English at home by speaking daily. And another. We practice together. We practice together because we want to grow. We practice together because we want to grow and succeed in life. Why does this work? Because you're training your brain to think in full English, not just short words. This builds grammar confidence, fluency, and natural expression. It also helps your speaking mouth match your thinking mind. Now comes the identity voice. This exercise builds fluency with emotion, belief, and power. It's the most important part. Here you speak not as a student, but as the English speaker you are becoming. Say it with emotion. Say it with truth. Say it like you believe it. Stand up. Look in the mirror. Say these lines clearly and powerfully. I am an English speaker. I don't wait for perfection. I practice. I don't fear mistakes. I welcome them. I speak English with my voice, my feeling, and my power. I am becoming fluent. Not one day, but every day. My voice matters. My words matter. My story matters. Repeat these twice. Feel every word. Breathe with strength. Why does this work? Because fluency is not just a skill. It's an identity. When you say these sentences, you are training your voice, your mindset, your emotion, your purpose. This is how you become the person who lives in English, not just learns it. Now you've learned all 5 exercises. Let's review them quickly. The stretch. Warm up your voice and breath. The drill. Train your lips and tongue for speed. Tongue twisters. Build clarity and sharpness. Sentence stretching. Grow fluency and sentence flow. Identity voice. Speak with belief and confidence. Do this routine every day for just 10 minutes. In 7 days, your mouth will feel different. Your voice will feel stronger. Your words will come faster. Your fear will begin to disappear, because you are not just learning English, you are speaking it, living it, becoming it. Now, let's talk about why this mouth training works. The hidden power no one ever taught you. You've probably seen this before. A student gets good marks in exams. They can read a newspaper. They can understand English movies. But when someone asks a simple question like, "Can you tell me about yourself?" they freeze. They stay quiet. They look down. They forget everything. This is the painful reality of millions of English learners. They have English in their brain, but they can't use it with their mouth. Why? Because no one explained the truth I'm about to share. There are 2 types of memory. One is mental memory, stored in your brain. This helps you remember vocabulary or grammar rules. You can write it, read it, or think about it. The other is muscle memory, stored in your body. This helps you do things automatically, like riding a bicycle, swimming, dancing, typing, or singing. You cannot learn this by reading. You can only build it by doing it again and again. Speaking English fluently is not brain memory. It is muscle memory, built in your mouth. Just like you cannot learn dancing by reading a book, you cannot speak English fluently just by studying. You need to speak it, train it, repeat it, and live it with your own voice. That's why mouth training works. That's why it's different from everything you've tried before. Imagine 2 people learning English. The first one is a smart student. They know 1,000 words. They have a notebook full of grammar rules. They understand English TV shows, but they never speak out loud. They are scared of making mistakes. And when it's time to speak, they say, "I know the word, I just can't say it." Why? Because they have brain knowledge but no mouth experience. The second one is a slow beginner. They know only 100 words, but they say those words every day. They talk to themselves. They speak in front of the mirror. They stretch their sentences. They do mouth training exercises. After 1 month, this person speaks with more confidence and fluency than the first one. Why? Because fluency is not about how much you know. It's about how much you've trained your mouth to speak. Think about music. A piano player doesn't become great by studying music theory. They become great by playing the piano every day. Even if they make mistakes, they keep playing. Their fingers start moving automatically. They don't have to think. Their muscles remember. The same is true for you. If you want to speak English, you must train your lips, your jaw, your breath, and your rhythm every day. That's how you become fluent. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was from a small town. She never went to an English-speaking school. She understood English, but never had the courage to speak it. Every time she tried, her voice shook. She felt small, weak, embarrassed. One day, she watched a video just like this one. It said, "Start with your mouth. Don't wait for confidence. Build it with repetition." Sarah was scared, but she decided to try. Every morning, she stood in front of the mirror. She said simple sentences out loud. She whispered to herself at night. She did the mouth routine daily. At first, it felt weird, but after 1 week, she felt different. After 2 weeks, she started recording videos. After 1 month, she did her first live video call in English. Not perfect, but fluent. Not fast, but fearless. And now, she teaches others. All because she trained her mouth, not just her mind. She stopped waiting for fluency to come from her brain and started building it with her mouth. Why do most people stay silent forever? Here's the sad truth. Most English learners are waiting. They say things like, "I'll speak when I feel ready. I'll start speaking when I know more vocabulary. I'll talk when I'm perfect." But the truth is, you will never feel ready. Fluency doesn't come to you. You go to it. You build it, you train for it, you speak for it, you sweat for it, and you repeat it again and again. Just like you train your body in the gym, you train your mouth to speak. That's the only way. Let's break it down. Most learners have a brain full of English but an empty mouth. They keep studying silently, but this method builds real speaking power. They fear mistakes, so they stay quiet, while this approach encourages repetition and confidence. They collect vocabulary but never reach fluency. While here you speak now and learn faster. Passive learners only listen, but this practice makes you an active speaker. Confidence is missing when you avoid speaking, but here you build identity through your voice. Your brain can't lead this journey. Your mouth has to. If you wait for your brain to feel fluent, you'll wait your whole life. But if you train your mouth to move, even with small, simple words, you'll feel confident. You'll feel growth. You'll start thinking in English, because the more you speak, the more your brain and mouth start working together. They become a team. That's fluency. The mind-mouth connection is simple. First comes the thought or idea, then the mouth delivers spoken words, and then someone hears you. But if you never train your mouth, this flow breaks down. Your thoughts stay stuck inside. Your mouth doesn't know how to deliver them. You stay silent. But when you train your mouth, thoughts flow naturally. Sentences come automatically. You don't have to translate. You just speak with rhythm, feeling, and ease. Fluency is not a gift. It's a habit. You are not bad at English. You are just untrained in the art of speaking. And now you have the training. You have the method. You have the routine. All you need is daily practice. Do it every day, even when you're tired. Do it even if you feel silly. Because every sentence you speak out loud, every repetition you do, every whisper you make at night is building a voice the world will one day hear. Now comes the 7-day mouth training challenge. Watching a video is not enough. Feeling motivated is not enough. Even understanding everything is not enough. The only thing that will change your fluency is action. And not just one-time action, but repeated, daily, emotional practice. This challenge will change your speaking level forever, even if you're just starting. And no, you don't need expensive classes, a speaking partner, a fancy teacher, a perfect accent, or even confidence. All you need is your voice, your time, your decision, and 10 minutes a day. That's it. On the first day, the goal is simple. Speak even if it's ugly. Tell yourself, I will speak even if I make 100 mistakes. Say your name, say what you want to learn, say why you're doing this. Remember, mistakes don't stop you, silence does. The second day is about speaking what you see. Make your world your practice zone. Describe the things around you, your room, your phone, your clothes. Don't worry about grammar. Just stretch the sentence and connect English to your life. On the third day, speak what you feel. Fluency means emotion, not just words. Say how you feel. Nervous, proud, excited, even scared. Speak it with energy and truth. Because real fluency is saying what's inside you. The fourth day is for telling a short story. Every voice has a story, and yours matters. Share a childhood memory, a funny mistake, or a small moment with a friend. Stories build real-life speaking power, not textbook English. On the fifth day, practice in front of the mirror. Look at yourself, speak to yourself, coach yourself. Say, you are strong. You are learning. You are growing. You are becoming fluent. This is identity speaking, and it builds the connection between body and voice. The sixth day is about repeating and stretching. Go back to old sentences and expand them. Just like children learn, repeat, expand, own the language, so will you. And on the seventh day, you become who you speak. This is your transformation day. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and declare, I am an English speaker. I don't wait for confidence. I create it. I have trained my mouth. I have found my voice. This is not the end. This is my beginning. I speak, I grow, I live in English. If you can, record yourself for 30 seconds. Say your name, where you're from, and what you learned in 7 days. This is not about perfection. It's about transformation. Keep it for yourself as proof that you are becoming fluent. You have just finished a 7-day mouth transformation. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe your voice shook. Maybe you forgot words or repeated simple sentences. But listen carefully. Every word you spoke gave power to your future. Every breath you took in English gave strength to your voice. Every second you spent practicing made you stronger than those who are still waiting to feel ready. You didn't wait. You trained. You didn't hide. You spoke. You didn't give up. You grew. Now imagine what will happen if you continue for 30 days, 90 days, every single day. That's not just fluency, that's a new version of you. The mindset of a fluent speaker is very different from what most people believe. Many think fluency comes from studying more grammar, memorizing vocabulary, watching endless videos, or reading books. But the truth is this: you can have all the grammar in the world and still stay silent. You can know thousands of words and still feel afraid. You can understand movies perfectly and still avoid speaking. Why? Because fluency isn't just about the brain, it's about your beliefs. If you believe, I'm not good enough, people will laugh at me, I'm too old to learn, I'll never sound fluent, then even the best method in the world won't work. But if you believe, I'm learning every day, mistakes are proof of progress, my voice deserves space, fluency is my right, then you will practice, you will grow, and you will win. You don't need a certificate, approval, or permission to speak English. You need just one decision. I speak. I practice. I grow every single day. That's where fluency begins. But there are invisible enemies of fluency. The thoughts and emotions that silence learners. Fear of judgment makes you think people will laugh or correct you. But nobody becomes fluent in silence. Every speaker you admire once sounded bad and kept going. Fear of mistakes makes you chase perfection, but perfect sentences only come from imperfect practice. Overthinking slows you down. You try to plan every word, worry about grammar or accent, and by the time you're ready, it's too late. Comparing yourself to others makes you feel small, but fluency isn't a race. It's about who practices more, not who looks better. To grow, you must protect your mind and build beliefs that support you. Here are 7 truths to live by. You are not just learning English, you are becoming English. Fluency is an identity. Your mouth is your teacher. Speaking creates memory. Repetition builds power. Speak first. Fix later. Mistakes are welcome. Confidence is a muscle you build by speaking daily. You only compete with yesterday's version of yourself. Your voice has value. Your story matters. Fluency is your right, not a luxury. Say these truths in the mirror. Whisper them before sleep. Repeat them until your brain believes them. I am an English speaker. My fluency grows with practice. Mistakes make me real, not weak. Every sentence I speak builds my future. I don't study English, I live it. Fluency is not a dream. It's my daily habit. My voice is getting stronger every day. I don't wait for confidence. I create it. When you stop chasing perfection and start practicing freedom, everything changes. You feel less nervous. You speak more naturally. You stop translating in your mind. You begin thinking in English. You enjoy the process. You speak with your full voice because now you're learning from freedom, not fear. You've trained your mouth. You've completed the challenge. You've trained your mindset. You are no longer just an English learner. You are a speaker in training. And speakers don't stay silent. Speakers don't wait. Speakers don't beg for fluency. They create it daily with repetition, belief, and courage. From now on, every sentence you say, every mistake you make, every whisper in the dark, every repetition you practice is a step toward the confident, powerful version of you. But beware. Many people never become fluent. It's not because they're lazy, or not smart, or don't know what to do. It's because they stop. They pause. They wait. They lose momentum. And slowly their voice disappears again. That's why so many say, I tried, I was improving, but I lost my habit. I feel like I'm starting over again and again. The saddest part is fluency dies inside them. It never comes out. It never grows. It never gets a chance. But that won't be you. Because this time, you're not going back. Fluency doesn't come from one big moment, one magic trick, one app, or one lesson. It comes from what you do when no one is watching. It comes from those 10 minutes before bed when you whisper sentences. From that walk when you describe what you see in English. From that morning when you talk to your reflection. From that lunch break when you repeat your identity phrases. From that moment when you feel like skipping, but don't. Fluency lives in those moments. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. The real formula for lifelong fluency is simple. Speak every day. Even 5 minutes is enough. But make it daily. Speak to yourself. Whisper, repeat, imagine, and feel the words. Speak with emotion. That's how fluency grows. Don't say these words like a robot. Say them like you mean them, like you believe them. Use your life as your teacher. Talk about your day, your food, your memories. Don't wait for a lesson. Your life is the best classroom. Repeat your identity daily. I am an English speaker. Not just a student, not just a learner, but a speaker. Don't break the chain. If you speak today, don't skip tomorrow. Build your fluency like a chain. Strong, unbroken, powerful. Create a small wall on your door, mirror, or notebook and write this. Day 1, check mark. Day 2, check mark. Day 3, check mark. Keep going. Every time you speak, even for 1 minute, mark a check. That's your proof. That's your power. That's your path to real fluency. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be daily. You will have bad days. You will feel tired. You will doubt yourself. You will think, am I improving? Is this working? Maybe I'm not good enough. Let me tell you exactly what to do in those moments. Speak anyway. Say a small sentence. Say one line of truth. Say one identity phrase. Even 30 seconds is power. Watch your own growth. Go back to your recordings. Listen to how you sounded last week. Feel the difference. Celebrate it. Remember who you're doing this for. Not for your teacher. Not for school. Not for YouTube. You're doing this for yourself, your freedom, your future, your dreams. This is hard to hear, but it's the truth. If you stop using English, you don't just pause. You start forgetting. Your confidence fades. Your mouth becomes stiff. Your identity becomes quiet again. That's why this system is not a one-time plan. It's a lifestyle. You don't need to speak for hours. You just need to train your voice like your breath. Every day, every moment. From now on, you don't speak English only when needed. You don't speak only during interviews or exams. You don't wait for someone to listen. You speak because you're a speaker. You're a fluent human in training. You are building the voice the world needs to hear. Use these daily. Speak out loud, record yourself, stretch your mouth, repeat with emotion. Say, today I feel. Right now I can see. I'm grateful for. This week I want to. One thing I love about my life is. My dream is. When I speak English, I feel. I used to feel scared, but now I speak not because I'm perfect, but because this is who I am becoming. These are not just speaking exercises. These are identity anchors. They make you fall in love with English again and again. And here's the truth. If you don't speak, you vanish. If you don't speak your truth, if you keep waiting for confidence, if you keep hiding your voice behind grammar books, you disappear. Not from the world, but from your own potential. Because deep inside you, there is a version of you who is fluent, free, confident, expressive, bold, and unforgettable. But that version of you is locked inside your silence. And every day you don't speak, you tell that version, stay quiet. Not yet. Maybe someday. And slowly, that version fades. Not because you're not smart. Not because you're not strong. But because you waited too long. Fluency is not a natural gift. It's not a language talent. It's not a personality trait. It's a choice. Every single day you have two options. Stay quiet, stay safe, stay unsure, or speak, practice, become. One road leads to regret. The other leads to power. And the truth is, there is no third road. You either train your mouth or you lose your language. You either build your fluency or you stay stuck forever. You either become a speaker or you live like a prisoner inside your own silence. If you want real, permanent, unbreakable English fluency, then live by these 3 laws every day. Law 1. If you don't speak, you shrink. Every day you avoid speaking, your confidence doesn't just pause, it shrinks. Your belief dies. Your rhythm dies. Your voice fades. The only way to grow is to speak. Even in pain, even when nervous, even if broken, speak anyway. Law 2. If you don't use it, you lose it. You may have studied English for years, but if you don't use it, your words become dust in your mind. You forget. You struggle. You lose speed. You lose belief. Fluency is not a subject to remember. It's a skill to protect. Just like your body weakens without movement, your English weakens without speaking. Law 3. You are either building fluency or building fear. Every action you take is building something. You're either building your confidence or building your excuses. You're either building your fluency or building your fear. There is no neutral, no standing still, no taking a break. Every day you stay silent, your fear gets stronger. And every day you speak, even just one sentence, your future becomes louder. This is fluency. At first you feel awkward. You mumble. You repeat. Then you feel silly, but you keep going. Soon your mouth becomes faster. You say longer sentences. You start talking while walking, cooking, working. You stop translating. Words come naturally. You explain your day in English without fear. You feel connected. You even dream in English. And one day, you don't think English. You think in English. That's when you realize you didn't just learn English. You built a new version of yourself. People can teach you. Apps can show you examples. Books can give you knowledge. But no one, not even me, can speak English for you. Only you can train your voice. Only you can build your fluency. Only you can create the speaker you want to become. And if you don't do it, no one will. Most learners will watch hundreds of videos, save Instagram reels, buy grammar books, say I'll start tomorrow, and then do nothing. They'll stay in silence. They'll stay trapped. They'll feel jealous of others. They'll feel frustrated in conversations. They'll lie awake at night thinking, why can't I speak like them? But you are different. You listened with your heart. You practiced with your mouth. You are not like the rest. You are ready. Every night before sleep, every morning before the world wakes up, say this: my voice matters. I speak to become who I am. I speak because I don't want to die with my voice still inside me. I don't need permission. I need practice. And I will speak, even if I'm the only one listening, because one day, the world will listen too. If you remember nothing else, remember this: English fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. You don't need to speak like a native. You don't need a fancy accent. You don't need to impress the world. You just need to speak, to show up, to train, to repeat, to believe. Because your mouth is not just for eating, smiling, or staying quiet. Your mouth is the gateway to your freedom. And now it's time to use it. If this touched your heart, speak one line today. Tell us in the comments what part changed your life. Begin your 90-day voice challenge. Subscribe if you want to build your fluency with power, peace, and purpose. This is not just a video. This is a movement. We are not here to impress you. We are here to wake you up and help you become the speaker the world has been waiting for. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for listening. Now go speak. And never be silent again. Because your fluency begins right now.